Welcome, everyone. I'm Rebecca Bailey, and I work on the Global Communications team at the Almond Board of California. And one of the roles that I have in my position is overseeing the Almond Conference. So I just wanted to start off by saying a big thank you to each and every one of you for exhibiting and your participation at the conference. We know the industry has had some tough times over the past few years, and we are just super grateful for your support and the value and the innovation that your products and services bring to our industry members. So thank you. As of this week, we have over 1,000 attendees registered for the conference, which is amazing. And just to give a little bit of background, this week compared to where we were this time last year, we have 300 more attendees registered. So registration is tracking ahead of last year. So there's some excitement, some buzz around the conference. And in this slide, you can kind of see some of the specific demographic breakdowns of what that total registration number looks like. And whether you're returning or you're new to the Almond Conference as an exhibitor, we appreciate your partnership and we are looking forward to seeing you this December in Sacramento. And speaking of partnerships, I want to introduce a couple of our conference partners who will be walking through the bulk of today's content. We are so fortunate to work with Mosaic Event Management to help assist in planning and executing the Almond Conference. And you likely know both of them or have interacted with them, but today we have Michelle McFadden and Talene Tabakian who are going to walk through some important upcoming dates and times and hall logistics and just exposure at the conference. So we really hope that this webinar gives further clarity so that you as an exhibitor have the best possible experience come this December at the conference. And of course, we are always welcome to any questions or comments. So please reach out to us at any time if you have any of those. We love hearing from you. And again, we're just so grateful for you. And thank you for being here and partaking in this webinar. So with that, I will pass it on to Michelle, who will talk through some important upcoming dates and times.
Thanks, Rebecca. It truly is our privilege to work with ABC and the Almond Conference. And we want to thank each of you for taking the time to view this short webinar and video. To assist you in planning for your participation at the Almond Conference, we've put together an exhibitor mini kit. On September 12th, I sent an email to all exhibitor logistics contacts with that kit included as an attachment. New exhibitors who purchase a booth receive a link to this PDF in their booth confirmation email that allows them to have immediate access to the exhibitor kit. We've also posted the PDF for downloading in 2 locations: on the login page of the exhibitor sponsor portal, which gives access without needing login credentials, and within the exhibitor sponsor portal on the resources page. And I've marked both of those on this slide. Tasks and deadlines. Well, you have a lot of things to do, and we know that getting ready for the Almond Conference isn't the only thing you have on your plate. So let's take a look at a few upcoming dates that you should know about now. Number 1, your company directory listing. This is the printed directory that is shared with all attendees at the conference and becomes their reference book of all exhibitors. I'm showing you the directory listing from 2023 for the Almond Board of California, so you'll be able to know how the data you enter in the portal will be shown when printed. And here is the profile page within the portal. Be sure to log in by Friday, October 4th to check your program contact to ensure the correct information is included there. If you need to make changes, click on the edit button, which is marked with the red arrow. At the end of Friday, October 4th, we'll pull all exhibitor and sponsor program contact information to share with the graphic design team who starts laying out the printed directory. Changes made after October 4th are not guaranteed to be included in the printed directory. You'll need to plan to get your booth stuff to Sacramento, and you have some options. Option number 1, sending directly to the AES warehouse in Sacramento. For best pricing, make sure you are sending your stuff to be received at the warehouse between October 21st and November 22nd. Shipping labels can be found in the mini kit. Before and after these dates, there are extra surcharges due to special handling required within the warehouse. Your second option is to send directly to the convention center itself. Deliveries can only be accepted on Saturday, December 7th and Monday, December 9th. Talene will share a little bit more about booth catering later, but I wanted to include these two dates here. October 21st is the date you would need to place an order to receive acknowledgement in the printed program as an exhibitor hosting catering during the Tuesday and/or Wednesday receptions. This date gives us time to include your participation in the printed program. And on November 25th, catering orders placed after this date will incur a 15% late fee from Sodexo, the in-house exclusive caterer at the convention center. Speaking of food, you've got to be able to get people fed. For sponsors who have complimentary meals as part of their sponsorship, you must assign those complimentary meals to specific individuals by Monday, November 30th. Any unassigned complimentary meals will be returned to general inventory and sale after November 30th. Booth logistics. A lot of stuff to talk about here. Before we get into some details, I'm sharing my email address here as well as the contact information for American Exposition Services, or as we'll refer to them, AES. AES is our general services contractor for the show, which means they provide all labor, services, and equipment for the exhibit hall, with a few minor exceptions such as lead retrieval, internet, and catering. Don't worry, you're going to see this slide again. AES offers online ordering for most rentals and services through an online portal, not to be confused with the conference exhibitor portal. But if you prefer, you can always speak to a customer service agent by contacting them at 916-925-3976. The login credentials for accessing the AES portal were emailed to the logistics profile contact person in our system the week of September 5th. I'm sharing a copy of what that email looked like so you can locate it. Be sure to check your junk and spam folders. But if you can't find that email, be sure to call AES and they'll send you a new email. Within the AES system, you can order and pay for any of the items listed on the screen here. Additionally, the site has an FAQ section as well as show hours and other guidelines to help you plan your show participation. Again, if you prefer to talk to a specific person or have questions, please call AES. Let's talk certificates of insurance, or COI. All exhibitors must have comprehensive general liability insurance of at least $1 million for bodily injury and must list these four entities as additionally insured: the Almond Board of California, the Almond Conference, Mosaic Event Management, and Safe Credit Union Convention Center. While all exhibitors must have the insurance, only those with a booth larger than a 10 by 10 must provide a copy of that COI by emailing me 30 days in advance of the conference. Next up, I want to share with you the setup and strike days and times. The primary day for move-in is Monday, December 9th from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Most exhibitors can get in and set up during this time period. But if you have an extensive booth setup with equipment or booth fixtures, you may need more time. If that is the case, you will need to schedule time on Saturday for large equipment move-in. Please be aware that the California International Marathon takes place on Sunday, December 8th, and that means that all four roads around the perimeter of the convention center are blocked off, and there is no access to the loading dock on this day. So that means Saturday is large equipment move-in day. If you have a 10 by 10 booth and can hand carry your booth supplies, you can arrive on Tuesday morning and set up from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Please note that we will close the hall for 1 hour from 11 to noon on Tuesday for our final preparations in the hall. More on that to come in this video. Show hours. As I just mentioned, Tuesday morning is open for exhibitors to set up with hand carry rules in place, and then we'll close and reopen for the 1 o'clock opening for attendees. We've extended the opening reception to be 2.5 hours, starting at 3:30, and we'll close the hall at 6. Exhibitors will also be given scheduled early access to the hall on show days to make sure you're ready to receive attendees. On Tuesday, that time is 12 noon, giving you another hour of prep time. On Wednesday, we'll open for exhibitors at 8:30 and then for attendees at 9. We've added another reception on Wednesday inside the hall to give you more time with attendees, and the hall will close at 6. On Thursday morning, you'll have access again at 8:30 before we open for attendee doors at 9. We'll close the hall at 12, which is when you can start breaking down your booths. Why? Why are we closing the hall for an hour on Tuesday morning? It's not convenient, we know. In planning for this conference, we have a balancing act between getting enough trade show hours for exhibitors and being unable to use Sunday as a setup day. There are things that cannot be done in the hall until exhibitors are out. For example, final removal of cases and boxes, cleaning, and floor sticker placement. You have 8 hours on Monday and 3 hours on Tuesday morning, and then another hour at noon on Tuesday to get ready. As I mentioned, we do give exhibitors early access to the hall on show days. In order to gain access during these exhibitor-only windows, your booth staff must have an exhibitor badge. I say that as exhibitor, but that also applies to sponsors as well. But that means they have to be registered through the exhibitor sponsor portal and assigned to your account. Badges are not required on Monday for setup, but everyone entering the hall on Tuesday must have either an exhibitor or sponsor badge starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. We will have special registration hours on Monday for exhibitors and sponsors from 2 to 5 p.m. to make sure you have your badges ahead of Tuesday morning. But please know that registration will also be opened on Tuesday. So let's get your team members registered. You'll log into the exhibitor sponsor portal and navigate to the booth staff page. Click on the Register Now for an online registration form. Know that there is no fee to attend the conference, so you can have as many booth staff as you want. The registration system is set to max out at 10 booth staff, but we can override that. If you need more, just send me an email. Alternatively, you can provide your team members with an exhibitor-specific URL that links their registration to your exhibitor account. To obtain that exhibitor-specific URL, navigate to the booth staff page and click on Copy Registration Link, and then share that with your team members. In working with AES, it is our goal to provide a safe and efficient move in and out for all exhibitors, both big and small. With that said, AES has the management of the loading dock and scheduling of vehicles to access that dock. Once an item leaves your vehicle or a shipper's vehicle, AES has responsibility for movement throughout the convention center. This is called material handling. Recognizing that many exhibitors don't need the use of the dock and are simply carrying in a box of brochures or rolling in a pop-up display, we have negotiated with the AES to allow hand carry into and out of the exhibit hall, Hand carry means a single employee carrying a box or rolling a two-wheeled vehicle, cart, wagon, or case without the use of a mechanical device. What hand carry does not mean is the use of a hotel valet cart, whether handled by a valet or by you. Any vehicles on the loading dock, any truck longer than 24 feet, or the use of any mechanical equipment, forklift, pallet jack, lift gates, or anything else with a motor. If you have questions, please contact AES with a description of what you're planning to bring in and out of the hall, and they will help you find the best solution. If you do need to bring in large equipment that needs to get delivered directly to the convention center, or you have an extensive booth set up, please call AES to schedule an appointment for delivery on Saturday, December 7th. If you do need dock access, please contact AES to schedule a time and arrange for the appropriate service. Please note that your time for dock access is the reporting time to the marshaling yard. Once dock space becomes available, your driver will be sent to the convention center. Drivers, even common carriers, cannot bypass the marshaling yard. And finally, we want to let you know that we will have food trucks on the convention center plaza to be able to get your booth staff fed for lunches, both on all 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sharing this slide again, one more time. If you don't find answers to your questions in the exhibitor kit or on the AES online ordering system, please reach out to either myself or to AES directly. We really are here to help, and we want to make sure that you have a super successful conference. And now I'll ask Talene to take over from here.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you once again for your participation and support of the almond industry. We are so looking forward to seeing you in December. This year, the conference agenda is a little different than previous years. We have 2 receptions in the exhibit hall, the first being on Tuesday, December 10th, and the second will be held on Wednesday, December 11th. For either reception, you can order food and beverages to attract your attendees to your booth. If you order by Monday, October 21st, we'll print a little icon in the conference program next to your booth listing. Although you have until Monday, November 25th to place orders at the listed prices on the order form, thereafter, Sodexo, the in-house caterer, will charge a 15% surcharge. Another way to expand your participation this year is to purchase drink tickets and hand them out to the attendees that visit your booth. We'll print your company logo on the drink tickets you purchase. They are sold in bundles of 25 for $375 and can be purchased through the online exhibitor portal. We'll distribute the tickets to your booth on Monday, December 9th. Another great way to promote a participation at TAC is to place the conference logo on your company website, social media outlets, and even your email signature. Check the exhibitor mini kit, which can be found on the landing page of the exhibitor portal login. There are strict guidelines on how the conference logo can be used, and you will need to submit your request to Jenny Nicolau from the Almond Board of California to gain access. And then there's always the good old-fashioned word of mouth, which is a sure way to increase attendance to the conference. Be sure to tell your clients, partners, colleagues, and friends.
Thank you, Michelle and Talene. And again, thank you to everyone for joining this webinar. Again, we really want your experience at the Almond Conference to be as efficient and seamless as possible. So we really hope that this webinar is helpful in getting some clarification and answering questions. But of course, if you have any additional questions or comments or anything like that, please feel free to pass those along to us at any time. And we are happy to help out. And yeah, we are looking forward to this December and seeing everyone in Sacramento. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you in December. Bye.
Bye.